Sup guys, it's Dana. Welcome back and hope all of you are doing fine. And remember, this is not financial or investment advice. So let's go ahead and look at how the general market is doing. It does look like we are looking better than yesterday. Some altcoins showing some positive price action. We have Thor plus 9% today. GRT plus 13. Most are looking decent compared to yesterday. We have Helium, HNT, plus 7.9, almost 8% up today. The day is not yet over also, so we will see if it's gonna end at in this same type of action, positive, leaning towards the positive. So let's start with the Bitcoin chart as usual, and then we are gonna be looking at Solana as well and some updates around the TERRA situation or rumors, whichever you choose. For me, it's kind of both. And I think it's gonna be a very short stream, just some quick updates, and we'll see where we go from there. So Bitcoin is still being rejected. We are still not inside this channel. We tried to hold within the range, but we couldn't. I did say yesterday I think we're going down before we go up. But right now, the hourly is trying to break back inside the channel, but it keeps on being rejected. I mean, unless we are above the hard line at least, it's difficult to think about the targets of 34 to 35,000. The bull trap, in my opinion, was confirmed here, right here. The long-term moving average. This long-legged doji was hinting that a reversal would be coming, and everything is pretty much the same. Nothing has changed from what I said yesterday. It's still not looking that good. I did also say yesterday we do have some type of support from 29 to 29,300, and we still haven't broken it. Still holding as support. So 29,300 around these places we seem to have some type of support. If we do have a 4-hourly close or hourly close below this line, we could go and try to break 2900, and if we do that, then we can think about the next levels. But right now it's even though the 4-hourly is looking like it wants to go up a little bit, I don't know. I hope it does, but we will see. But this parallel channel is holding things pretty tight. We are at the golden fib. That's why we probably have some type of support. Maybe buy orders set up here. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. Not much has changed, but the weekly is not looking good anymore. The weekly candle. Yes, it's still green compared to the other candles. And I've seen some people in Twitter still saying they are bullish. I don't know why, because even though it's green, there's nothing bullish about this candle. And I'm not going with colors. I'm not making my opinions based on colors. This candle does not look good, but we do have 1 day and 9 hours left, so we will see. But if it closes like this, I'm expecting us to, I'm leaning more towards us going more down in Bitcoin, because really the candle being green doesn't mean anything. Monthly still looking bad. Like I said yesterday, when you look at it this way, it looks like this trend line is holding. It's held a few times and the bottom could be in, but there's nothing convincing us yet, because we have another red monthly candle. Weekly is not looking good. Let me look at a chart with more history. We do have some type of divergence trying to build on the monthly, but we can't count on it yet. It's not complete. So but this is some hidden divergence here, but it's not complete, so we can't say anything. But otherwise, it's not looking so good. Short term, yeah, we could go up a little bit because we've held support. 29,300 has been holding fairly once, twice, but we still can't seem to get easily back in this range. There is no, let's look at volume on the short term. Volume is kind of weak. Even if it's positive, it's weak. Three days. We do have divergence indicating trend reversal, but it still doesn't look good, but we will see. 6. So next, let's have a look at Ethereum. And yeah, the bull trap was here, right here, Bitcoin. It looked like it wanted to continue up, but when we broke back down, it was gone. So Ethereum, daily is not looking so good. We might go down lower. We are not oversold. For hourly, looks like it wants to go up a little bit, but we still can't break this level. If we get back in this range, we might try and come and test this level, and then after that we will see, but we do have some type of resistance here, and it's also the golden fib. So short term, Ethereum looking okay, midterm not looking so good at all. Midterm moving average is trying to hold as support. That was Ethereum. Let's have a look at Solana. So I researched what was going on with Solana because, like I said, when I said that it was going down on the stream of the 31st of May or 1st of June, it was based to technical analysis. I had no idea what was going on the fundamentals. So I researched a little bit, and the crash was caused because of a bug with the durable nonce feature of the blockchain. This bug caused part of the network to consider the block is invalid, and therefore no consensus could be formed as a result. And this was according to the co-founder of Solana, Yakovenko. So that is why it had a crash. And apparently Solana had two other major times where the network was down. I think once was in September. It was down for around 18 hours, and on April, a few months ago, April the 30th, I think, it also crashed again because some new NFT project had launched, and it overwhelmed the Solana network with around 6 million transactions per second. So these were the other two times, and this time it's caused by a bug. Looks like it's used to having issues that makes the network stop functioning. But I didn't know that when I said it looks like it wants to go down. It did crash already from the 1st of May, or if you want to go back from the 1st of April, but it's crashed more since it's only been crashing more. We had a little pump, but in 4 days it's gone down 26% more. And that's a lot. We do have some type of divergence on the 5-day chart. This box, according to the analysis I was doing, should be some type of support and maybe a buy level for some, but I'm not sure. Like the way it's looking now, it's it doesn't feel safe to. Maybe it's better to like wait it out and see if there's, of course, as usual, if there's any kind of support here. But right now, it's just looking like it wants to continue further down. If we break this, I did say last time, it's not looking good. So that's Solana. I mean, since if you look at the macro picture, it is very much wrecked. Since the all-time highs of, let me just remove this, of 1st of November 2021, from $259, it's down to 35, around $35, and we're down minus 86%. Yes, altcoins look wrecked. Right now they look wrecked, but I'm also seeing something. Just a moment. I just saw it now. Give me a minute. I'm still here, guys. I'm just doing some analysis. Just a moment. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, I was thinking this is gonna be a short stream, but analyzing takes time. Just a moment, guys. Sorry guys, had a phone call. I'm back. I'm just trying to make the okay. So we do have some type of wedge forming. We might come down and retest this bottom again. But it's still leaning bearish overall. But we are at the same time where buy pressure can come in, a little buy pressure at least. But people are kind of tired of all these crashes maybe and stuff going on, so maybe they're thinking twice before getting some. But that's just my opinion, my own opinion. But technical analysis is saying we should have some type of support here. We'll see how it goes. Next, Luna. I don't think there's a more confusing chart. He should have really changed the name to something else. This makes no sense. Luna. LUNC. Okay. Guys, there's not much to say. We do have some type of support, yes, but let's get into the rumors instead. So most of the things going on around Luna is easy for you guys to find on Twitter if you just search for Luna news or updates or something like that. But these claims that were being made by this guy TERRA, Fat Man TERRA. Just a moment. A new 4-hourly candle. Oh, look, Bitcoin. Still rejected. Still can't open inside this range. Yeah, this line has helped a lot. This channel. Let me just. Anyways, back to Luna. This guy Fat Man TERRA had shared chat logs and another validator on the TERRA network also had shared chat logs, and these chat logs I went through I went through them, and in my opinion, there was a lot of chaos between. There was a lot of chaos in the chart in the chat itself. People had, like, they were not agreeing very easily, and some validators were not even that considered. Like there was someone, for example, saying that only the top 5 validators were very important when it came to the proposal and the votes and stuff, and the others really didn't matter, which is not fine, not okay. But anyway, these chat logs, let me try to find the tweet. So he made a little summary here. He made a little summary that the TERRA team, the TERRA dev, some TERRA dev, Duquan, and some other people, around 50 people, knew the moment of the halt before the halt was like publicly spoken about. And even though we still don't know if who those sources are, the proof he has seems to be legit so far about some things. About other things, he still hasn't come up with evidence, and he still doesn't want to disclose who his sources are. You can see these are the chat logs, one of them at least, and you can find it on his Twitter. Besides that, there is news from this website, cryptoslate.com. I hope you guys can see it good enough. Because TERRA has been on the hot seat. CZ is gonna investigate it. He asked his team to investigate the allegations made by Fatman TERRA. That's also in some news, if you guys maybe search it yourselves, because these allegations are not simple ones. Anyway, this website, cryptoslate.com, put out an exclusive, had an exclusive interview with one of the validators, I think, and it's written by Liam Akiba Wright. It came out today, the 4th of June. And he writes, CryptoSlate spoke to several Luna validators involved in the launch of Luna 2.0 to get the inside track of what went on behind the scenes. The validators exclusively told CryptoSlate about Terraform Labs and Duquan's involvement, the future of Luna Classic, the rollout speed, and whether Luna 2 was the right move. He continues, we spoke to both verified validators, Thorchain Maximalist and PFC. Thorchain Maximalist is one of the guys who shared chat logs from the members inside group chat, and PFC is also another validator who were presenting during the war room conversations before Luna Classic was restarted. So this info that we are about to read is straight from inside of the TERRA circle. This is from the validators themselves. And I think this validator is a high-ranked validator. I'm not sure, but I think so. Okay, guys, we will take a 5 or 10 minute break. I have to make a quick call, but we will continue with this as soon as I'm back. Yeah, this is interesting. Just a moment, I'll keep the chart on instead. I think you guys would like to see the chart instead of the news, and I'll put it on 10 minutes. Look at these rejections. Okay, I'll be back in 5. Please consider liking and subscribing and hitting that bell button if you like those streams. I'll be back in 5 minutes or 10 maximum. What's up, guys? So I'm back. Let's have a look at the TERRA situation, just where we left off. So this is the guy from Crypto Slate, Akiba, the one who wrote this article. Anyway, it says here Terra Luna validator interview. So it's an interview with the validators, with two of them at least. PFC, if you guys check the chat logs that were shared publicly by Thorchain Maximalist on Twitter, you guys can see those. You guys are gonna see this name. You're gonna see Thorchain Maximalist amongst other validators. So anyway, Akiba from CryptoSlate asks PFC, do you feel the group was able to communicate efficiently to get Luna 2 launched? PFC answers, he replies, we had people all dealing with massive loss in multiple time zones, coming from different places. The Telegram group was challenging as there were multiple topics going on, and things were discussed, agreed on, and then unagreed on, all while you were sleeping. But as no one had planned a war room or incident response at this scale, there were no minute takes, summaries, or notes being taken, so people knew what happened, and most of us had other things to look after, so couldn't spend every minute looking at it, so it could have been improved. But it got the job done. So he thinks that the overall communication inside the group did help Luna to launch efficiently, even though he thinks it was a chaos. He still thinks that they did the job the way it's supposed to be done. Then Akiba asks him, do you feel things had to go through Duke 1 and TFL before agreeing? And my own opinion, when I went through the chat logs, Duke 1 was okay making decisions, but he wasn't as involved as some other members of the TFL were, or the builders or the validators especially. He wasn't, but they were turning to Duquan for any last words when it came to decisions, because I noticed that Duquan still had the last word, even though he was not so involved. So they always turned to Duquan when they had to make decisions to make sure that he was okay with it first. Anyway, Akiba asks, do you feel things had to go through Duquan and TFL before agreeing? And PFC, the validator, replies, Duquan and TFL were very hands-off, in my opinion. You should be able to see this when you read the logs and form your own opinion. And I kind of agree with them. When I say TFL members, I do mean the validators and stuff, also not just the TFL, because I mean they're all part of the circle. Anyway, Akiba then asks him, do you believe Luna Classic has a future? This is a very important question for all the people who are still holding Luna Classic. And PFC replies, as is with no IBC and no ability to stake, I don't think it has much future. Let me continue. I actively validate on Classic and will continue to do so until it has no traffic. People are still using it and getting value from it. So, who knows? It may continue to run for a while and get its own group of people using it. So this guy PFC or girl, this validator, he doesn't think that Luna Classic has any future right now, the way things are looking. You can't stake on it. They turned it off, and people do want the staking ability to be turned on again. But so far, as far as I know, it's still turned off. But he did say that he was going to actively validate on Classic as long as people are using it and getting value from it. So we don't know. This just came out. We don't know if the future of Luna Classic is gonna change, because I did see in one of the chat logs, one of the validators talking about maybe making Luna Classic valuable in terms of maybe using it with NFTs and so on. I think it was Thor Maximalis that was suggesting that, but so far nobody from the TFL team or Duquan has confirmed it or spoken about it at all. Next question, Akiba asked PFC, is there anything said behind closed doors you feel should be made public? And PFC replies, there were a lot of side conversations. I don't think it would have been productive having it made public, what people thought about how inept certain people were. Sorry, not incept, inept certain people were. Inept means unskilled. From what I was involved in, most of the side conversations was gossip or potential ideas and using trusted members as sounding boards. I was involved in a private group that was trying to figure out who the initial validator set was. I didn't like that conversation and how individuals voted should have been made public, but it was, and it created a larger uproar. So he basically is saying there's no need for the public to. There was no need for the public to see those chat logs because it would have shown how unskilled certain people who were inside this closed chat were, and that would have created more fire. So Akiba continues to ask, do you think there was enough time to get everything ready for a new Genesis chain in the few days the group had? And PFC answers, I think the choice of who was a validator was rushed. We have already seen people claiming to be validators from other chains, but had no affiliation with them. One or two of them, he explains then. No affiliation with them. People with no experience validating were told by their friends to DM Jared to get a spot. So he doesn't think some of the validators that are on the new chain should have been validators from the very beginning. Then Akiba asks, do you think Luna 2 was the right call and was the snapshot timing right? And PFC answered, only time will tell. I like the idea of the vesting. It has a plan to keep the community and builders. It will be a different L1 than the old one, but with USDT coming soon, most of the apps should work quite well. Now, I don't know what he means with USDT coming soon. I'm not sure of this statement. I don't know what he's hinting. But we will see. So, all in all, this interview is telling us that some of the validators were not so happy with how the communication about how Terra was going to go forward was done, and they are not sure what's going to happen with Luna Classic. They don't think, some of them don't think it has much future right now, but that could change. It does state in the interview, Akiba does say, he makes a great point. I think he means PFC. The validator makes a great point that the same people who were trying to save the ecosystem were the ones who had likely lost the most. And I can imagine, I did see some of the validators in the chat logs talking about how much they had lost a lot, and they took a loan from others to keep the validation turned on, to keep the ecosystem at that time running. And he continues to say, Akiba, he explains, the validators were dealing with losing vast chunks of their net worth while trying to save what was left for the community. Anyway, Akiba states here, which I also agree with, if you read the chat logs, Akiba says, there seems to be no evidence that validators or TFL were acting solely in their self-interest. Because I don't think all of them were doing so. Some of them were really thinking of the Luna Classic holders and the UST victims and the Luna Classic victims. But not all of them. I cannot agree that all of them were doing so. But some were not with this proposal that Du proposed. They were not with it. Akiba continues to write, according to PFC, the future of Luna Classic is limited. It views the legacy chain as unsustainable in its current form. So yeah. Akiba continues to write, however, one validator, Thorchain Maximalist, believes the whole incident is a bullish case study for blockchain technology. He told CryptoSlate Akiba directly, when Lehman Brothers crashed in 2008, I don't know why, let me just continue. Anyway, in quote, when Lehman Brothers crashed in 2008, the world was a few days away from not being able to take money out of an ATM machine. The regulators had to intervene, inject 700 billion in the market directly and a lot more indirectly through AIG and quantitative easing. The Lehman investors lost all of their money. Luna and UST had a bigger market cap than AIG. Every other protocol outside of the direct ecosystem kept working as intended. Smart contracts did their jobs and there was no big failure. A lot of the infra in crypto is built on first principles and is meant to be trustless and anti-fragile. The design is much more resilient and requires a lot less trust. Inside of a week, the equivalent of a bankruptcy proposal was put into motion and fully executed. Around 10 billion of the wealth was given to original investors. If fraud was committed by the leadership, they will see their day in court. Quote, this is what Thorchain Maximalist told Crypto Slate directly. In my opinion, I don't even know why he's comparing the Lehman Brothers crash to the Luna UST crash. If you ask me, it's nowhere comparable. But this is what's been going on with TERRA, TERRA Classic, Luna. So we still do not see anything positive. We don't hear anything positive about the future of Luna Classic, TERRA Classic. We can't see if there's still Luna being burned. Just a moment. So yesterday it was around 753 million Luna burned, and today 763 million. So it's still increasing slowly because, in my opinion, we need a Luna C burn, and we need utilities for Luna Classic. We need something we can use it for, so we can see some like change in the price. Otherwise, it's not easy. Not easy with 6.3 million and no future plans for Luna Classic right now. Let's just a moment. Let's see. I know that MEXC, the exchange, I think it's a Turkish exchange. They are burning Luna for the whole month. Let's have a closer look. Just a moment. Okay, I can't seem to, the site is not working. Let me check. So yeah, here it is. So Luna's still being burned. Just a moment. There you go. Luna is still being burnt. The last burn was around 3,000 Lunas, like 20 minutes ago. 100,000. We have 11,220,000. This must be from some exchange or maybe a person also, we don't know. But let me see if we can find it somewhere. So yeah, it doesn't look like the they are gonna be burning TERRA Classic from the 26th of May until the 26th of June, so it's a whole month. And so far, I don't know if you guys would like me to zoom in, but so far they've been burning. I don't know why it's not been updated for almost a week now, no update yet. The last burn they sent was for 73,500,000 something Luna Classic tokens 6 days ago. So since 6 days, nothing yet. So the person that, I mean, this amount that got burned, 11,220,000 something, It's not an exchange. Looks like it's an individual, like some person, and that's a lot. Sorry guys, I'm back. So Luna's still being burned. People are still sending tokens to be burned, and looks like it's happening daily, on daily basis. I mean, so far, the fact that Luna Classic tokens, 751 million Luna Classic tokens have been burned. Wait, let's update it. 763 TERRA Classic tokens being burnt is not a bad thing. If we see something above a billion Luna Classic tokens being burnt, maybe already this month, before June ends, it's some action. I didn't even think we would see this much, because I didn't think people would send their own tokens to be burned. If more exchanges hop on and do what Mexi is doing, the burning rate is gonna go much faster. But right now, it's Mexi and maybe Bitcan. I'm not sure if they started. They were talking about it. But let me check. No, there's nothing confirming that Bitcan has been burning Luna coins, Terra Classic coins. But they did had some kind of poll up where people voted for a burn, but I haven't heard anything anything yet. Mexi is actually the only exchange I know of that is confirmed that is using trading fees of Luna Classic and USDT to buy back Terra Classic and burn it. So Maxi has burned a lot. They're doing their part for the Luna Classic, Terra Classic community. I mean, 98.49 support rate to burn Luna. And still, Duquan kept on speaking about how the community was for his proposal. But everywhere I looked, it was 90% plus to burn, to keep this chain, the Terra Classic chain, and to not fork it. And yes, I did say in one of my streams that Terra Money had came out and said that people should not confuse it with a fork, that it's actually a rebirth, and they never said anything about a fork, which is a complete lie in my opinion, because they did say fork. Duquan did say fork also in the beginning, but I think this whole Terra Classic thing is very confusing. First off, they should have really kept Terra Classic, the name Luna, for Terra Classic, and changed or like came up with a new name for the new this Luna 2, because it's still the same community, it's still the same name. Like pretty much the old validators are in the new one, and the old builders, pretty much most of them are, I think, in the new one. So why? I don't know. Like I said, I'm no dev, I'm no programmer and stuff like that. And these are my own opinions. It's not financial advice or investment advice. But I don't understand why everything is the same and is saying it's a rebirth. Like at least he could have changed the name of Luna 2 so that it could actually be something new. But the only thing that separates Luna Classic from, Terra Classic from Terra 2 is the fact that there is no UST right now, at least. But I have like heard rumors about, but it's just rumors, nothing I can confirm. I've heard rumors about Duquan wanting to create a new stablecoin on this new Terra chain, Terra 2 chain. So we will see how that ends. I hope he's not gonna do it, because I don't know, people, in my opinion, I would, right now, the way Duquan and TFL has handled all of this, I wouldn't touch Luna 2. It doesn't give me confidence in them, just because they already launched Terra 2, which is a fork of the other one. I mean, they didn't spend a lot of time working on it. And just like that, just because they launched one like that, and it doesn't mean that they've corrected whatever they did wrong. And the community seems like the community who are the retail investors and the little investors, the small investors, they don't seem to be happy with the airdrop ratio or nothing. So, and some other and Terra Money did come out and say that there was like something wrong with the distribution. So some people did not get the airdrop they rightfully deserve, even though it's chicken change in my opinion. But compared to the loss those victims have seen, but they said they would get back to them and compensate them. the way they should be compensated according to this, according to Duquan's proposal that passed. So that's it about TERRA Classic, and we can look at the price if you like. I necessarily do not like how it's looking right now, but like I said yesterday, we do have some type of support here. We're still holding, but we do have resistance here too. So and let's look at TERRA 2. Okay, great. Binance has the new Luna coin. Perfect. Okay. It's still, you see, just because of the ticker name, there's so much confusion. It's still connected to the old, to TERRA Classic, instead of having its own chart. Yeah, we do have some type of support here, but this is difficult to analyze. Yeah, no. We do have some type of range here, but like I said, this is the only support I see right now. And we're looking at short-term short-term price action. So that was TERRA 2. Let's look at something. Let's see how TERRA Classic did when it first okay, maybe not here. Fully diluted market cap is 643 million for TERRA Classic right now. Okay, I can't see it here. So when TERRA Classic first came out on Binance, it was around $0.5, just where the TERRA 2 started on Bybit when it first came out. It took a few months, it was like hanging there, but then it went all the way to $21, came back to 4, a bit like what this TERRA is doing. I mean, we did go all the way to $25, $30 on Bybit, and now we're around $6. But the difference is here, the trust in Do Kwon and TFL was not broken yet, but here, it's not the same thing. We're not looking at the same thing anymore, in my opinion. It's not the same times. Times have changed. So we spoke about Bitcoin. We went through altcoins. Like, we can talk about FTM, another altcoin that's been wrecked since all-time highs. Very much wrecked. FTM, from all-time highs, it's down 93%. From October 2021 until this day, it's down 93%. From a high of $3.4, $3.2, $3, it's down to $0.34. I mean, altcoins, this is why I think altcoins have been wrecked. If you look at the macro picture. Look at Cradle. Let me remove everything here. Remove drawings. Another altcoin wrecked. From $20 of August 2021 until now, it's gone 97%. 97% in less than a year. I don't know how, because I see some people are bullish. Bitcoin, I understand long-term macro, okay, fine, but and they're bullish altcoins, like maybe I don't know how, because altcoins are wrecked. There are a lot of coins that have gone down more than 90%, more than 80%. So that was Credo, also down above 90%, like FTM. We can have a look at Serum. Another one, another altcoin that's wrecked. It's already down 92% from the highs of $13. It's now $0.9, around the dollar, and also in less than a year. Now imagine if Bitcoin goes down more. Where are altcoins gonna be? How's it gonna end for them? I mean, altcoins are already looking wrecked, over 90% minus on most. And still people are saying they're bullish. I don't know. I had a poll up on my Twitter account, and 56% were bullish. I was in shock. So, like I said last time, why I'm still leaning towards the bearish side on Bitcoin. We haven't seen real accumulation yet. There's still no real fear in the market. People are still buying shitcoins, altcoins, sorry, I take that back. Altcoins left and right. I don't want to be swearing and cursing and stuff. Anyway, altcoins look wrecked. Let's look at KuCoin. KuCoin is the only one showing something. Let's remove all drawings. Like KuCoin is holding out fine compared to most. I haven't seen this one in a while. This is the monthly. Look at the buying pressure. Let's look at the rest. Oh, okay. We're losing positive momentum. I mean, it is a good exchange from what I hear from many people. Not as big as Binance maybe, but we bounced off the golden fib on the weekly, on the monthly, sorry. So it looks like KuCoin is being rejected by the short-term moving average on the weekly. This candle does not look good right now, even though we bounced off the golden fib. We do have some type of divergence building. So yeah, KuCoin, I don't think we're done going down yet, but we did have a nice bounce of the golden fib. Looks like we are gonna be rolling over. But the Tenkan Sun is above the Kijun Sun on the daily, but still we don't look so strong, but much better than many altcoins. Of course, exchange coin, so I'm not surprised. Let's have a look at BNB. We're just gonna look at the short term instead. It's much faster. BNB. So until we go, looks like we do have some type of resistance here. So until we get back somewhere around these areas, around 360. Yeah, it's not looking so good. We couldn't even hold above the 38.2 level. We broke down and we're going towards the 23.6 level now. So BNB short term, looks like we're breaking out on the 4-hour chart. We are above 299, holding by a thread, but we are above it, but we will see if we close above it as well. I think I'll draw it on the hourly, it's more clear. Yeah, looks like we broke out of this resistance here somewhere and we're trying to hold. So we are trying to hold above 299, around 300. Very, very short term, we could see a pump to it's not even a pump, just somewhere 303. If we can't get above 304 or above 309, this old resistance here where we got rejected, and we could have had let's see what was the reason. We have bearish divergence first of all, and we are not overbought. We got rejected at the 50 level of the fib. We couldn't even go all the way to the 61, to the 61.8 level. So and monthly we are holding by a thread at support levels. So that was Binance. We could have a 4-hourly bounce short term. Maybe test 312 or something. But I don't see anything more with it right now. So yeah. Bitcoin is clearly still being rejected. This is the 4-hourly. We still can't get back inside this range. So we will see how this goes. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me this far for today. I'll try and come back later if there's anything going on with the price action or if there are any updates. I'll have to go, eat dinner and stuff like that now and do some other things. But I'll be back probably, not sure, but probably. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. At least consider to if you like the stream. So please don't forget. And I will be sorry for the background sounds, but I will be probably back later. Take care and see you later. And don't forget to comment and share your opinions. Take care and goodbye till later.